My boyfriend wants me to get a tattoo of his name. How I do tell him no without causing us to break up? We got into a huge fight because of something I did. I don't want to go into details cause I am afraid he might come across this post. He uses Reddit too, but I was completely at fault and betrayed his trust. But there was no cheating involved and I've never been unfaithful to him. I told him that I am sorry and apologized profusely. He acted like it's all okay and said that he forgave me at first, but once I left, we live in different towns, he started giving me the cold shoulder and being distant. I cried and begged him for forgiveness, but he says he can't trust me again. When I told him that I'll do whatever I can to mend our relationship, he said that he'll forgive me if I get a tattoo of his name. He says I either get it or he'll break up with me. I don't have any problems with tattoos or piercings, but writing a person's name feels too ick. It's just something that I would never consider doing under normal circumstances. Especially a tattoo of a boyfriend under this type of situation. I agreed in the moment cause I panicked, but now I am having second thoughts. As much as I love my boyfriend and have no problem with getting his name tattooed, I want to do it on my own terms to show my love. Not because I was forced into it. I don't want to look at the tattoo and be reminded of how I got it because of a mistake I made. I even asked him if we could just get one together. Like I could get his name and he could get mine. But he said that he isn't interested. That he won't since he doesn't like tattoos, and since I like tattoos and already have some in my body, and since I am the one at fault here, I should get it alone. I am wondering if I should just get it. But as much as I love him, I don't feel comfortable doing it. Update: thank you everyone for your advice. I know a lot of you guys advised me to break up with him, but I've been together with him for almost 9 years now, albeit on/off. I don't want one mistake to ruin my relationship, and TBH I'd rather work things out with him than start again with someone new. Also, I won't be getting the tattoo. I'll look for another way to ask for his forgiveness, and if push comes to shove, I'll ask him to get a tattoo too. Only then will I commit to getting one. I have forgiven him countless times when he messed up really bad and dealt with his abuse, jealousy, possessiveness and aggressive behavior all these years. So I hope he'll give me another chance just as I gave him. But if everything fails and he refuses to forgive me, then I'll take it as a sign for us to break up. Comment: you tell him no. And if he breaks up with you, then you tell him that's why. Basically, you did something that jeopardized your relationship. And in order to repair the relationship, you must get a tattoo of his name. That is one of the worst reasons to get a tattoo. It's not even a tattoo where a couple is all in love and exchanging names. It's a tattoo done out of guilt. Don't do it. If he doesn't like it, let the relationship end, because that is probably what needs to happen anyways. This is just where my brain went, and I can be a paranoid person, yes, PTSD, but I think he's trying to make you do it to get back at you. He has no plans of staying with you, but knows if you do this he will have won, whatever that means. It's permanent. It's a total power play and it's disgusting. Do you really want to tether yourself to someone like that in such a permanent way, without marriage or a serious commitment? Maybe I'm really off base, but this is so sketchy. I don't like this one bit. Just, nope. Of course you don't get it? That's such a horrible, controlling thing to demand of someone. Your relationship is over and it's time to move on. I have a sneaking suspicion that he plans on dumping you after you get it, anyway. He's clearly got a massive grudge. Let him go. 9 years, on/off, and you mention abuse, possessiveness, and jealousy. I hate to break it to you, but I get the feeling what you did was far from warranting this. And who in the hell demands a tattoo of their name to forgive someone? That is fucking psychotic. That is not a healthy, loving relationship. Get out, and get out fast. There is nothing good left for you with him. If your friend or a sibling told you everything this man has said and done and the tattoo demand, would you think it was a safe and sane relationship? I doubt it. No matter how comfortable you may think you are due to the time you have known and been with him, I can promise you that is not how someone who loves you would act. I'd bet money he's just doing this so he can break up with you anyway, and you'll be stuck with his name on your body forever. You should go get one of those realistic fake ones, and then when he immediately dumps you, you can laugh in his face and reveal the truth. Don't get the tattoo. The fact that he is demanding his name on your body as a type of permanent punishment is just unhealthy in the extreme. It won't be a positive thing for either of you. It will be a permanent reminder of a breach of trust, and it will always get in the way of fully rebuilding that trust. If he breaks up with you because you won't get the tattoo, I honestly believe that he would have broken up with you soon after you got it anyway. Imagine you get the tattoo and he breaks up with you anyway. In any case, you've been on and off with this guy for 9 years. Had you blocked him and moved on, you would probably have allowed yourself to find someone who wants to commit to you fully. You're 30, it's not too late. If you want kids and marriage before you're 40, you are backing the wrong horse. Next story 2. My partner 26F and I 28F have kept our marriage a secret for almost 7 years. How should we tell the truth? My partner and I got together 8 years ago. We met in college. I am from an African country that criminalizes LGBT folks, so a year into our relationship, we visited my country and my family, and after seeing the realities, and knowing that I would not be able to stay in the US due to immigration reasons and could be prosecuted because of my sexuality if I went back to my country, we got married. We didn't really tell anyone, and when I told my family 2 years ago, they basically stopped speaking with me, which was expected. We live near my partner's family, and we recently got rings to signify our commitment to each other, and they keep talking to us about marriage. While we definitely plan on having a ceremony with them, we've gone back and forth about telling them about our marriage. On one hand, they are not the most accepting given their religious background, but are definitely a lot more accepting of our relationship and me considering all things. We probably should have told them right when we moved down, but we didn't, and months turned into years. Should we tell them? Should we just have a marriage ceremony and pretend that our marriage doesn't exist? How should we tell them? I know this is super nuanced and weird, but would appreciate comment. Congratulations on 7 years of marriage. I think it's up to how the two of you want to play it. Personally, I think I'd tell the family the truth. You got married on paper out of necessity, but maybe also because you already knew a year in that you always wanted to be together. But now you'd love the opportunity to celebrate that with family and friends. I think religious people in this country need to face the reality their peers in other countries are doing to LGBT people. Maybe look them in the face and tell them how she, a person, with feelings and depth, was scared for her life because of things Christians did to LGBT people in her home country. Their beliefs are so damaging to real people, but so many would rather not see it for what it is. Have a ceremony on your anniversary. That way it's the same day. They don't need to know anything else. It sounds like if you told your partner's family the truth like you did here, that they would understand. I would just have them to dinner or something and then tell them that you have something to tell them that is awkward, but since you love them you want them to know the truth. Then explain why you did it. Lots of people get married for the paperwork and then get married later. It really doesn't matter, just whatever you two prefer to do. Yeah. And no harm done, Imo. It was really no one's business but yours and his anyway. I don't really get people that feel you must come clean on shit like this. Doesn't make sense to me. Congratulations on S years of marriage and years together. That's awesome. Years here. I think that you and your S should decide together how you both feel in every way. Then make a decision. There's a lot of good advice already. I think your in-laws will understand if you decide to tell them. If you decide not to, your S needs to be 100% confident in her decision to keep the secret from her family forever. I wish you both the best and all the happiness life has to offer. First of all, holy shit up. I'm so sorry that you've had to live a life with all of this insanity, including the threat of legal persecution, simply because of who you love. I hope your worst days are behind you. Now as to your question. I personally think just doing a little ceremony, and then yay, now we're married, is absolutely the way to go. Sometimes small lies are the morally correct choice. I see no upside at all to telling them. I think people suggesting it probably feel any lie is always wrong. I think if telling them is going to bring even more drama, what exactly is the point? How does it impact anyone whether they think you've been married for 7 years, or are married starting after that ceremony? Ultimately, only you and your partner can decide which of those paths is more comfortable to you. Either way, wishing you many wonderful years with your wife. I'd go ahead with a mini celebration just to please them, but the worry is when pictures come out, so keep it looking like a party and try not to get too intimate. You never know who to trust. In your circumstances, it's best to keep it secret, since with the increase of Russian influence, depends on your country, but if it's the one in mind it's really dangerous, it's bound to get worse. If anything ever happens and you feel a threat, Just know you'd be safe no matter where you go under asylum laws, and that you can fly legally into a country and declare asylum upon or even after arrival. Keep that as a plan B just in case.